We're back, we're making Maribor the Champions League champions. This is a terrible intro already. My word, we've got a lot of to talk about. 110 million worth of players sold, 106 million worth of players bought into the club. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the NK Maribor Save. I am Coach Leffert. It's a pleasure to have you with me. You'll notice, first off, I've got a new coloured box around me. I just thought this looks slightly better and will give us a new element. Again, that noise is going off. I'm not streaming. It just is allowing me to know that people follow me on Twitch, which is a bit weird, but hopefully it won't go off too much more. We start on the transfer page. I'm not going to go through them all because there's loads of them. First note, if I keep looking down here like this, it's because I've got two new little rabbits that are now living with me in my man room, and they're really cute, and they'll be making their YouTube debut, I'm sure, at some point during one episode. There'll probably be one here cuddling me, but not today because it's their first day in the new house and they're having a little sleep. But they will get an appearance at some point. But anyway, on to the outs. You probably have, while I've been chatting, scouted down the list. First one out of note, Gordon Nemec. He made his loan to Man City, his move to Man City, 5 million, raising to 9 million if he makes all the appearances he's scheduled to. From there, Sando Dragout, the striker, was never really getting a look in, to be honest, from us. 16 appearances last season, 7.13, scored 7 goals, did okay. We've sold him for 14.25 million, possibly rising up to 15.5 to FC Ingolstadt in Germany. Also following him to Germany was Sami Sekatui, the centre-back, has gone 40 million flat out cash. I could not reject it. It was a ridiculous amount of money for someone that is very good, but he's not the best out there. It's quite easy to replace him, as hopefully we'll find out. But yeah, he's gone. I mean, he was brilliant for us in the 2 seasons he was here, but unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, we've got 40 million for him and he's not worth 40 million. A very good sale, I think, from us, from Sam Sekatui. Zan Popovic went. Sabri Darushi's gone out on loan. Philip Thornton's gone out on loan again. Sort of do want to get rid of him because he's never going to get the game time he needs at Maribor, but he's going. And then Francisco Duran, another 40 million player, out of the door. For a guy that we bought for 7.5 million 4 seasons ago from Barcelona, he has come on leaps and bounds at us, but 40 million, I just could not turn it down. Again, he's good, but compare him to Cardos and maybe Hamza Begovic, he isn't brilliant. And we've used his money to increase the squad depth, which is something we really need to do to cover for injuries. So Duran has gone 40 million pounds out the door. Then we've had, what else have we had? Where do we get to? Jan Zagar's gone out on loan. Matic has gone out on loan. Hasby, the centre-back, has moved for 9.5 million to Sheffield Wednesday, out in the Championship. So, I mean, he's not performing very well for them, so I was going to say hopefully more his level. He never really kicked on as we wanted to. We still made a healthy profit on him though. So Hasby has left the club. Purse has gone out on loan. German Miller, our centre-back from Argentina, has gone out on loan to another Slovenian team. And then 2 more loans that have gone out, Vidmar and Radonjic. But if we look at the ins, we have Luis Ricardo in for 20 million, a centre-back or a holding midfielder if we decide to change formation. He's actually, stats-wise, he looks worse than Sekatui, but he isn't actually that bad. And he's a giant. He's 6'6". He's got great jumping reach, great strength, good marking, good heading, good tackling, good positioning. Really, I think he's going to be very good for us, and he is only 24, so we've bought for the potential as well. 20 million knockdown price after Monaco paid 31 to bring him over from Brazil. But yeah, so he's in the van. Luis Ricardo is in as a new centre-back. Then we had Juan Carlos Luna, another centre-back that we bought in, Argentinian this time. He has a dual nationality of Portuguese, so he counts as an EU representative, which is great. But again, really good stacks. He's only 6 foot, but he brings a bit more pace, natural fitness, determination, positioning, marking, heading, tackling, all the stats we need for a really good quality centre-back, and that is what we want in this team. And then the money kept on rolling. We bought in Hamza Eka, a right back, Turkish. 5 million he's cost us. Possibly the best right back we've had at the club since Ansic. Ilic, I think his name was, Milan Ilic, who we sold to Liverpool. But this guy looks very, very good. Again, lacking on the crossing and the dribbling. It's hard to find a regenerated fullback that has crossing and dribbling stats very good. But look at it. Look at the stats you need to be that. Well, we're going to play him as a fullback. To be that fullback, look at the stats he's got. Acceleration, stamina, pace, anticipation's decent, concentration's good, teamwork's brilliant, marking, tackling. I think he's going to be absolutely superb for us. Played 5 games, already got 2 assists on a 7.7. Bought him in from Fenerbahce for 5 million. I think could be the bargain transfer of this window. Then my players started to moan that we had sold Duran, Thorsten had gone on loan, Dragout had been sold, so we were looking a bit short in the attacking area of the pitch. So we bought in the 2 best attacking options from the Slovenian national team, which is Peter Rudinej, another advanced playmaker, an attacking midfielder in that role. Good stats, decent stats, so very good backup for us. We've paid over the odds. We're paying what I like to now term the Slovenian premium, because it's very similar to the English premium that you pay. But obviously Olimpia Ljubljana signed him from a big rival. 5 appearances, 6.93, scored a goal already. He's in, as well as Milan Arsic. He is also in the team, right winger or centre forward. His stats as a centre forward, I think, are better than his stats as a right winger, but what can you do? Needs to improve his off the ball, really, to make an impact. Again, we've paid over the odds for 8.5 million. He's only 22 and he's one of the best prospects in Slovenia at the moment. Next up on the list, we've bought in Armando Concepcion from Dortmund. 3.8 million. I think a bit of a steal. He's a rotation player. Going to be sort of fighting with Hamza Begovic for the backup role to Cardos. And obviously we've got Roche. They're going to be the main 2 strikers. But for 3.8 million, I think he's a bit of a bargain. We're going to see how he gets on. Even if he doesn't work out, we could cash in on him. It's not that much of a problem. But yeah, Armando Concepcion is in, and he's also got a fantastic name, which always helps when buying players. Then we have Carlos Val, 12.5 million, central midfielder, going to be fighting that position with a Jay-Z and Impio in there. But again, really good stats, 12.5 million. I think we've got a bargain for a Spanish international at that price. Really, really happy to get him in. As you can see, we're starting to just, rather than have a set 11 or 12 players that are really good, we're now getting this whole squad of players, which I think is what we need for the Champions League to really make it really good. We didn't look at Dylan Martinez. We'll come on to him in a minute. I didn't leave him out on purpose. It's just so happened that that's what's gone on. But we'll look at Dylan Martinez in a minute. Dino Jurokovic comes in from Leverkusen as well. Another centre-back in. We're really going for this centre-back position to really get the strength we need. 24-year-old German. Again, really good stats. This guy has pace and height and really good in the air. Good decisions, good determination, positioning, marking, tackling, heading. It's all exactly what we need. And to get him in for 7.25 million, I think is very, very good. Then we come on to a few more, again, forward-based players just to try and ease the team's worries about not having enough players up there. But John Velez comes in as a striker. We got him at a knockdown price. He wasn't wanted by Napoli, 4.3 million. Again, comes with good stats. Whether we will actually see that much of him, I don't know. If it doesn't work out, it's another one we'll probably make profit on. We'll see how he goes. 27-year-old Colombian. He has a second nationality as well, if I remember. Spanish, yet. So we didn't have to worry about him being an EU national. And he's in the van, and we'll have to see how he gets on. And the last one was Jose Antonio Alvarez from Roma. 31, so he's a bit more experienced, but I quite like the look of him to help us out. He can play in this advanced role, or he can play up front. 5'10", a bit more pace, but the mental and the technical stats he brings look really good. 2.5 million. Let's just see how it works out. What I'm going for this season is a big rotation during the league, and the Champions League will hopefully give us all our best players, keeping them fresh. So our squad looks something like this. If we go to the get rid of the unavailable ones, it's a much bigger squad, which is very, very interesting. We have a few injuries at the moment and a few players unregistered to take part in the Champions League, but I'm incredibly happy with the squad. Let me know what you think about the transfers down below. Let me know. I don't know if you can hear some rustling in the background. That'll be the 2 new rabbits organising their new hutch. But yeah, so let me know what you think of the transfers. Have the money I got in, have I spent it wisely? Do you think it's the right thing to do to try and expand the squad depth rather than just have the same players that we had in the 11 and then some weaker backup players? But I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with now our centre-backs options. I think we've got loads of good centre-backs in here to choose from. And really, yeah, it's been awesome. The start to the season has been absolutely fantastic. We've changed formation, and we'll get onto that in a minute. But in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think that is 9 league games and the Super Cup, we've conceded 1 goal in the league. Now, that's partly, I think, to an increase in the centre-backs that we've got, the better quality of them, and the formation. I think the new formation we're playing is really, really helpful. I've got a bit of rabbit hair up my nose. But yeah, as you can see, we're not scoring as many, but we're so solid at the back, it's unreal. So, well, yeah, we beat Triglav 5-0. That was really, really simple. Sainz getting a hat-trick, Roche getting one, and Blasic getting one. There, we beat Cooper with Roche getting another goal. We beat Ruda Valenge with Roche getting a double and Impio getting one. Ljubljana were put to the sword 3-0 with Roche and Dudui getting 2. Then we beat Triglav again. We beat them 4-0. So Dudui, Blasic and Rudinej get a goal. Cardos scored to give us a 1-0 win against Domzale. Blasic scored to give us a 1-0 win against Kersico. Dudui got a brace against Gorica. Blasic then got the winner against Versej. And Dudui scored... Sorry, my nose is so itchy right now. Bit of rabbit hair still really stuck up there. Dudui got us a penalty against Celtic where we drew 1-1 with them actually scoring a penalty as well. So the only goal we've conceded so far this season has been a penalty, which is an unbelievable feat. As you can probably tell, Dino Blasic is getting a lot more appearances for us, and we've found, I think, a formation that brings out the best in him, which is really good. The formation we are playing this season so far is a 4-2-3-1. We've got all that depth of attacking midfielders who are brilliant, and this really does, I think, get the best out of them. We've got really good deep line playmakers, really good defenders. We've got full-backs and wing-backs that are really good at bombing on. And strikers, we got Roche, Cardos, Concepcion, Hamza Begovic. We got a wild choice as a complete forward up front. So this is what we're going to play. This isn't the team we're going to be using to play Celtic, who we get in our group again. So let's clear this so that you don't think that's going to be the team we're going to play. But in our Champions League group, we got drawn against Juventus, Olympique Lyonnais and Celtic. So quite a tough group. I still think we can either top it or finish second, but it is a tough group. If we finish third, I would be disappointed, but I wouldn't be surprised. We need to nick something against Lyonnais. Juventus are obviously the hardest team in the group, but we'll see how we get on in that. Obviously, we won the Super Polka Cup. We're in the cup around second round against Kersico, and the league we are already doing very well, according that we've only conceded 1 goal in the league thus far, which is played 9, won 8 and drawn 1. It's all going very, very well. So today we're going to play Celtic. That's the only game we're going to do today because we've done all the transfer stuff. And then we're going to come back for a double header against Juventus, and then probably we'll come back for the last game against Olympique Lyonnais and go through all the other good stuff that we've got to talk about by then. So let's crack on with it, and for now we'll play Celtic. This is the team for today's game. Vigilante is in goal. The back four is Hamza, Kovac, Jurakovic and Tapia. In the middle we have Martinez and Vale. And then the 3 behind the striker is Dudui, Blasic and Hodzic, with Roche leading the line. On the bench we have Hamza Begovic, Ivan Sainz, Impio, Ricardo, Professor Xavier, Denis Pella and Jose Antonio Alvarez. And the game gets underway. We are away at Celtic Park. We have some massive news that I forgot to cover because I was so involved with the transfers. After this game, don't just leave because we're going to go through some more news, which is incredibly good. Dudui shoots, fires it into the corner, free kick, 16 minutes, and we're bossing this game already. 5 shots, 3 on target, 2 off target, but 1 goal and a 1-0 lead. So Dudui lined up the free kick, took his time, but picked his spot. And the keeper's got absolutely no chance. It's 1-0 Maribor. Dudui setting the tone for the Champions League group already. Wonderful stuff. And really not much is happening since then. We're half an hour in. I also remember I didn't show you Dylan Martinez, so we'll look at him at half time and you can let me know your thoughts on him. I think he's absolutely superb. To be honest, I think it could be one of the signings. Although we've paid quite a lot of money for him, here he is. Dylan Martinez looks absolutely brilliant. So we've paid 19 million for him from Club America in Mexico, but I think he's really, really good. We'll give you some time if you want to pause it there, have a look at his stats a bit more. But as a deep line playmaker, he is the first name on the team sheet in that deep line playmaker position. And he's a baldy, so you can't go wrong with a baldy in centre midfield. But anyway, we're not dominating as much as I want. I'm actually going to bring off Rosh, and we're going to give Antonio Alvarez a go up front. That's the only one we're going to make at half time. Going to tell them they're pleased, but then also tell them there is a bit more to come from them. Hopefully we can go out there and get a few more goals. So Alvarez, I think this could well be his debut for the club. No, it's not. He's already played once for us already. So let's keep an eye on him and see how he gets on as we kick off the second half. We're well 10 minutes into it already. Time is absolutely flying by. And Guy takes the throw. Durakovic with a good header. Guy picks up that one again. Out to Sogodogo. Is that the same Sogodogo that we had? We'll have to check that out in a minute. Blazic comes forward. Oh, he's tackled by Madden. Segrago to Greenwood. Greenwood ball through. Mikovic tackled and Greenwood gets it. And it's an open goal. And it's 1-1. And they've changed to a 3-4-3, which is very annoying. Greenwood came forward with it. Look, put the ball through. Mikovic, there was a great sliding tackle from Tapia. But Greenwood picked it up and it fell to him for an empty net. And it's 1-1, and that is not ideal. That's their first shot on target, so we're being truly FM'd. Hodzic is going to come off and be replaced by Sains in the attacking midfield role. And I think we're going to leave it there. That's the only thing we'll do for now. We'll just tick down to an hour gone. Might just up it to attacking as well, just to get a few more people forward, because we can win this game, and we really should be winning this game, to be honest. They've gone to a 4-2-3-1. With 10 minutes to go. Let's see how this plays out. Lopez to Fabro. Fabro is being forced backwards. Madden. Back to Lopez. Up to Madden. So Djukic wins the header, but Fabro picks it up. Sogodogo. Hamza with a good interception. Martinez. Dideo. Hamza's there again. He runs forward. Can he get a crossing? He does. Looking for Blazic to do. Sains is there. Shoots through the goalkeeper. 2-1. That's what we like to see. We'll come off attacking after this replay and go back to probably down to a counter formation. Hamza put the ball in. Fabro cleared. Didui laid it off first time to Sains, who rifled it in. It took a slight deflection, which wrong-footed the goalkeeper and makes it 2-1 to NK Maribor, which is exactly what we need. I thought we'd be a bit more convincing than this, but it looks like we're going to get off to a good start. And we will slightly mix this up, I think. I think we're going to bring on... what am I going to do? No, let's knock that down to counter. And we'll go to a flexible formation. We don't need to look for the overlap anymore. We don't really need to play fairly wide. We'll just stop exploiting the middle. Let's retain possession. Don't have to close them down as much. Should we all sit a little bit deeper? Don't need to run at the defence either. And we'll go from there, really, because we are playing pretty well. If you look at the stats, we've let Celtic back into it, but most of their chances have been long shots. As it comes to Hamza, ball in, Sains is there, and he's showing me that he should have started, really, because that's 2 goals since he's come on as a sub, and it makes it 3-1, makes it a little bit more comfortable for us. Didui to Vale. Vale with a lovely ball over the top to Hamza. Hamza gets a first time crossing, and Sains is there for the volley. The goalkeeper's got no chance. Into the corridor of uncertainty from Hamza, and Sains finishes it off in style, and it's 3-1. It looks like that's going to be the game. It will leave us top of the group if it stays like this, as Vigilante makes a very, very good catch from that corner. There's the full-time whistle. So we're going to look at Sogodogo to see if it's the Sogodogo that we used to have all that time ago. Is that right, or am I thinking of a different save? Maybe I'm thinking of a different save. Was it in this save I had someone called Sogodogo? Well, let's go and find out. Celtic. Frank Sogodogo. Why do I swear this is this save? Yeah, it was. We bought it from Hull. There we go, on a free transfer. So he stayed for 2 years and then went back to Celtic for £1.5 million. Wow, he hasn't progressed as much as I thought he would. Maybe we made the right decision selling him then. But yeah, it was Frank Sogodo. But anyway, if we leave this match, on to the absolutely massive news that I asked for a new stadium and the board said yes. And then it is, so here we go. Look at this, build new stadium. It's all in progress. So I asked the board. They said yes. They said plans are afoot. We're going to check with the council. The demand for tickets has been enough that we can justify this new stadium. And then they came back and said it's going to be called Left Foot Park, which is absolutely unbelievable. So that's going to be finished in 2035. So even if we win the Champions League, I'm staying at Maribor to play at Left Foot Park because they've named a stadium after me, which is absolutely mental. It's brilliant. I've only ever had it done once before on Football Manager, but it's really good. So NK Maribor fans that are out there, what would you think about it being named after the manager that's taken you to a Champions League final and won 2 Europa Leagues. Would you accept that? Would that be a good thing for the city? But yeah, so we're going to end on that news. So I've shown you the photos of it, but if I go into, I'm trying to remember where to get to, into club, hopefully, yeah, facilities, we are, it should say, yeah, there we go. So we're due to move into the 22,137 capacity Left Foot Park on 27th of June, I think, or June 2035. So wonderful stuff. And on that note, we're going to leave the episode there. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about the new stadium. Let me know what you think about the transfers. Let me know what you think about the Champions League group. It's really good to hear from you all, and I do try and respond to comments. Every single comment I get, I try and respond to it. Don't forget, you can check me out on Twitch. It's all down below me right here now. So we've got me at Twitter, at CulturedF. Come and follow me and give me a follow and interact with me on Twitter. On Twitch TV, it's twitch.tv/culture_left_foot. And then if you so much want to donate anything at all, you can do it through my Patreon account, which is patreon.com/culturedleftfoot, all one word. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll chat to you all very, very soon, where we'll be back to play a double header against Juventus. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.